Jan Hicks Creates here, and today we have Flosstube number 157. Welcome back to my channel if you've been around for a while, and welcome to those who might be new. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you've spending some time with me and decided to drop by for a little while. Let's see, today we have design news. We'll just call it that, it's easier. I'm going to talk a little bit about how to use counting pins. I had a couple of you ask me about that in the comments after the last video. My attempts at September, or at Sampler September, that got sidetracked a little bit, and yeah, giveaways, a little bit of haul, all the usual suspects. Let's see. Father-in-law just left this past Sunday. He was here for 2 weeks. It was a fantastic visit. He just took it nice and easy driving up here, and he's taking it nice and easy driving back home. He is in Moab right now, I believe, spending a couple nights there. Hopefully he will get to Arches. We went over to the Tetons, over to Jackson, the Grand Teton National Park, last Friday, not this past Friday, but the Friday before. So that's the pictures. Took a few happy snaps and videos there, not a whole lot, but that's what you saw at the beginning. I've said it before, I'll say it again. The Grand Tetons are one of my favorite places in the world. I have a lot of favorite places, I will admit. This past Saturday was our Eastern Idaho stitching group get-together. Just a few of us were able to make it this time, but it was kind of nice just having a few of us because we could really, talk more on a personal level and get to know each other a little bit more. So that was really cool. So yeah, that's kind of all the big news. Let's see, design news. I have been picked up by Hoffman Distributing. I don't know whether I mentioned that in the last video or not. Hoffman is one of the big distributors in the cross-stitch industry, maybe the needlework industry in general, but mostly cross-stitch. So most of the stores, at least in the US, do work with Hoffman, get the patterns through Hoffman rather than coming directly to the designers. So that is rather thrilling. A bunch of boxes with my patterns arrived to them Monday, so yesterday. So I'm hoping that this Friday they will have them posted on the website. Every Friday they actually have a link on their website to their Friday updates. So all the new stuff that has come in that week, they kind of list there. And you can actually go and look at that. It is an open site. It's not like you need a password to get in. I will link that below. So if you want to take a look, basically all the new patterns that they've gotten from all the different designers that they deal with, they list on the Friday update. So I am hoping that my patterns will be there this week. What that means for me is that my patterns should start showing up in more stores. I mentioned that I did have 50 stores buy from me during Expo, which is a fantastic number, but hopefully that will increase now that I'm at Hoffman. So exciting stuff there. Other design news, I wanted to let you know a little more about the collaboration I'm doing with Maria Kutzner. She is Mystic Meadow Creations, Mystic Meadow Designs. Let me pull up her email so I make sure I am saying it correctly. Not there, over here. Mystic Meadow Creations. So if you were here with me last year, you know that Maria and I did a collaboration with a pattern and a bag set, and the bag set included, and I'm not going to be able to remember everything because it's been a year and I wasn't able to put my hands on everything because they're scattered through different project bags. But the design was Midnight Clear. So I did the design. And basically, Maria does everything else. Maria is amazing. So this is the design of Midnight Clear. And this is the project bag that she made. Picked out the fabric so that it coordinated. And there was a gorgeous little zipper pull There's a little zipper pull, there was a scissor fob, there were thread drops, there was a thread bed, so all that was included in the set. So we are doing that again this year. This year's set is called Silver Bells. Now there is a theme here. We decided that as we do these each year, we're going to pick a Christmas song, holiday seasonal song, that type of thing. If I remember correctly, Don, Maria's husband, chose Silver Bells, or that was one of the suggestions that was offered, and it resonated with me. So this year's set, let me read through here. Oh, shoot. All right, so what you get in the set this year: the project bag, a thread bed, a needle minder, a thread ring, a zipper pull, and a scissor fob. And then she's also going to be having fabric and thread packs that you can add on to that if you want. I am going to show you the design. So this is Silver Bells. It is stitched on 36 count Aina. I'm not sure of the pronunciation. It is an under the sea fabric. It is AINE, 36 count, with pretty much all over dyed flosses. The gray is DMC. So Maria also stitched a model, and hers is on 36 count stone washed, which is also an under the seas fabric. And so what she is doing is she's ordered fabric, both the Ina and the stone washed, and she's ordered both 16 count and 32 count in both of those. And then she will have the thread sets as well. So you can decide which color you want. I will be getting at least a picture of hers as well, so you can see what it looks like on the stone washed. Is kind of a mottled blue, really pretty. So it gives it a different look. Let's see, what else can I tell you? They will be coming out on, or I guess I should say, the website is going live, or the website page is going live on October 2nd, I believe she said. You will be ordering all of this through her. The patterns will be PDF, not hard copy. Let's see. I think that's about it. There is a limited number, so if this is something you are interested in, be sure and mark it on your calendar. But of course, I will be announcing it, and Maria, I believe, is going to be doing a video at some point when she has the bags together. She is working furiously on sewing everything up. I have to say, most of this is Maria's work. She takes on all of these projects and creates beautiful things with these sets. I just design the pattern. She does all the rest. So Maria gets the kudos for all of this. And even the design, we collaborated a lot. You know, I'll design part of it and I'll send it to her. What do you think? Well, okay, well, let's try this. Let's do this. Well, I don't like the layout of this. What do you think? How should I change it? Well, what do you think about this belt? Does that work? What do you think about this color? Does that work? So there's a lot of back and forth going on. When I talk about collaboration, it really is a lot of collaboration. But a lot of the handwork, all of the handwork except my stitching of this and finishing of this, is Maria. So Maria, kudos to you. Thank you to you. I love working with you, and you know that. So yeah, that is October 2nd when that goes live on her website. And of course, I will put that below as well, so you have that ready and saved. You can also sign up for her newsletter on her website, so you can be sure and not miss it. And of course, I'll be putting out a newsletter too, so you can sign up for mine if you haven't already. Lots of good stuff. All right. Another thing I'm going to show you. I have a couple sneak peeks to share with you. I'm getting my board out so I can be sure and just cover up most of this. I'm going to Stitch West. That is October 21st to 23rd in Salt Lake City. That is the retreat that was created, put together, organized by Snug Harbor Crafts, Deb and Kef Bernheisel. Deb Bernheisel and Kef Kishian. I knew the names were there, but anyways, I designed a exclusive, and I'm just going to give you a little bit of a sneak peek of that. So that will be exclusive for the retreat, and then I will be having this put up on all the different places. Probably it'll be every place probably by the middle of November. That is stitched on 40 count Time Goes By Seraphim. I have a thing for Seraphim fabrics, and it is using overdyed flosses. So I'm excited about that. Another design I'm working on, and again, this is another sneak peek, Christmas. Just a little look at something else. I hope to have this one done and out to all the different outlets that I sell through by the beginning of October. I'm also working on another design. Still working on the design of that. It's another Christmas one. So I haven't even started stitching yet. But this is the palette I'm working with. So lots of pretty kind of greeny, grayish blues. This fabric is actually Tabby Cat Gray Whiskers, or Kitten Whiskers. Look at the thing, Cat's Whiskers, 46 count cat whiskers. So that is another one that I'm hoping, not hoping, I will have it done sometime in October. So that is all the design stuff. Let me look at my list. Yep, that's all the design stuff. So, sampler September. I was going great, doing all the things, doing all the stitching, getting my work stitching done, and working on sampler September soirée stuff in the evenings, having a ball. And then I had the brilliant idea. I think I mentioned in the last video that my younger son, Ben, is moving to Vancouver, Washington, so right across the river from Portland. He's moving from Orlando. Now, he did spend the first 12 or 13 years of his life in Maryland, so he's used to winter. I mean, it's not like he hasn't experienced winter before, but since then he's been in Orlando. So he's going to have to deal with winter again. And I decided I needed to make him an Afghan. So that means something has to give, because he will be here. Right now, they made it to his girlfriend's mother's house in Columbia, Missouri. He is spending a month there. They will be heading here October 23rd. Well, they'll be leaving there October 23rd and taking, 2 or 3 days to drive here to Idaho. And then they'll be here 2 days before they head over to Vancouver. I hope to have this Afghan done by the time they leave. So I'm going to go ahead and show you that first since I'm talking about it. So that means I get my work stitching done, and then my evening time is spent knitting. So this is the Afghan. It is a log cabin quilt. It is all garter stitch, so it goes pretty fast. I got the yarn on Friday, so I started this Friday evening. So like I said, it is garter stitch, it is log cabin. So what you do is knit a block. So like this center block, and Ben did pick out the colors he wanted. So that this color set is based on a palette that he sent me. So the center block is the light green, dark green, light green, dark green. So you knit this, and then you cast off, and then you turn it and pick up stitches. Actually, this is the way we turned it the first time. Picked up these stitches along the edge of that first block, knit that, cast or bind off that, turn it again, and repeat. So basically we're just turning and adding on, turning and adding on. So the rows will get longer and longer. But garter stitch, I knit continental. I'm a fast knitter. That's still a lot of knitting though to get done. So in the next month, just over a month and a week. So yeah, all of my spare time when I'm not doing work stuff is spent knitting now. So September, sampler September, all of that. Came to a screeching halt. I did get some progress though that I want to show you. Regina Heibel. This was one of my new starts. And I did get some progress on this. So this is 40 count antique lace, again, by Seraphim Hand-Dyed Fabrics, which I adore. And the silks are Vicki Clayton silk. She does have a conversion for this on her website. Regina is charted in DMC, so Vicki's DMC conversions are gorgeous for this. So I got a good chunk of the first page done. The first page is probably like this area down to this alphabet in there. So I got a good chunk of that done. I was hoping to get that first page done. Oh well, Ben takes priority. The other sampler that I got some stitching done on was my Black Sheep sampler. This is by Wendy from the Heart Needle Art. And I got, I think I had, well, I don't remember what I showed you the last time. Actually, I probably hadn't even shown this. It was before I started, right? Anyways, I finished this alphabet up here. I got this row of alphabet done. And I got started on this border line down there. So I had really hoped to get this done this month, but again, Ben takes priority. And that's the way it should be. So that was my stitching. Daytime, I'm stitching on the candles one. Evening, I was stitching on the samplers until the Afghan came along. So I want to talk to you a little bit now about using counting pins. And I'm looking around for, I'll just use this fabric, the cat's whiskers. So these kind of pretty counting pins, like I got from Teresa Jersey Girl Stitch Company. These are super fancy. And they look so good on my pillows. I did finally get them on my pillows. As I was editing the video last week, I was like, Jan, why did you leave those in the bags? Why didn't you put them on the pillows? That was kind of silly. So now they're on the pillows. Yay. So these kind of fancy ones are more for decoration. You can use any pins you want as a counting pin. So what you do, and I'm not going to bother trying to put you overhead to look down, just because I don't feel like it, basically. Because I have stitching to do and knitting. But anyways, counting pins are basically used for exactly what it sounds like, counting. So, for instance, for those of us that like to start maybe in the corners, not all patterns have stitching in the corners, right? That you can just, okay, measure in 2-3 inches and you start stitching right there. Not all patterns have something in that corner. You can use a counting pin to count, and if you're hesitant then to start in the corner because counting pins come in handy. I will put in a little note here and say, if there's a whole lot of counting to do from a corner over to where the stitching starts, I'll usually start in the middle. But if there's just a little bit of stitching, I'll start in the corner. But you can put one of your pins in wherever that corner is. We're going to say the corner is and of course, this is 46 count fabric, so the pin doesn't want to go in very easily. So you can put your pin in the corner there, and then you use your other pin, and say you have to count over 10. You can use your other pin, say you have to count over 15. You can count over just from where that first pin is to where the 15 stitches are, and stick that pin in there. Now, if you have to count, say we're, my pins want to fall out. Say we are counting our stitches that we've already put in. They don't want to stay in because they're heavy, top heavy. Say we've stitched a long row and we want to count how many we have to see if we're done stitching that long row or not. You can use counting pins for that as well. And you can use multiple ones if you want. Say, I mean, you can just use some kind of round-headed pin, just your regular sewing pins, whatever. You would count every 10 stitches, every 20 stitches, depending on how long the row is, put a pin in. Count more, put a pin in. Count more, put a pin in. And then you can go back and, you know, if you're like me when you're counting long rows, this happens all the time with me for knitting. If I'm, you know, if I have to cast on, 72 stitches and I'll cast on a bunch and then go back and count, my mind doesn't always stay on my counting very well. It'll go off to, the book I'm reading or, talking to Ben or whatever, thinking about other things. So if you put those little pins in, you can then go back and say 10, 20, 30, 40. Okay, I have 45 on this row. I need to do 5 more. So that's just the basic, how you use counting pins, just like it sounds. I'm getting those holes out of my 46 count fabric. It's all good. All right. So there's a tiny little tutorial for you today. And there's my counting pins. They're so pretty. Teresa did say that she will have, for those that don't win these in the giveaway today, she will have sets of these in her shop. And if you go to her shop and they are sold out, then you just have to message her and she can make more. So that is good to know. I really encourage you. These are great little gifts, great little treats for yourself. I also wanted to say something that I wasn't very observant on when I first got these. So Teresa, this is how they come packaged. These are the Christmas set that she gave me. And they have a little business card in them, her business card, that she has punched out to make into thread drops. And I did not notice that when I first got these until I took the pins out and put them in my pillows. So very clever, Teresa, very clever. All right, so my nose is running a little bit. Where are we now? All right. Oh, I also wanted to mention, kind of as news section, Fat Quarter Shop is having a sale on needlepoint ink floss, NPI silk floss, all month of September. The sale ends on September 30th, so that is 30% off. If you are interested in doing my samplings of lace or my seasons of lace, they are both seasons in lace. They are both charted in NPI silk. If you are interested in trying silk out or stitching these with the silk rather than the DMC, then Fat Quarter Shop is your place to get them for the month, the silk needed for the month of September. 30% off. That is a great deal on that silk. So, and it is a 12-ply silk, so it goes pretty far. All right. Let me take a little time here to switch things over. I have a little bit of haul to show you, but it's not within reach. Hold, please. Okay, one piece of news that I forgot to tell you, under the category of designing, is that my new designs are now up in my Etsy shop. So that is Antonia, Palace of the Winds, Carolyn's Balloons, and then the Autumn samplings of lace. So these are now all available in my Etsy shop as PDFs. Wanted to make sure you guys knew that. I totally forgot to say. It's because I didn't have a note written down about it. I was like, oh, I won't forget that. Isn't that what happens? I don't really need to make a note of that. I won't forget it. Yeah. All right. Goodies that I got this week, this 2 weeks. Not a whole lot. I am trying to be better about that. Although I will be going to a cross-stitch store while I am at Stitch West. So, yeah, I'm going to behave myself. All right, first and foremost, if you watch Brenda and Laura, oh my God, I'm sorry, Laura. Talk about a brain fart. If you watch Brenda and Laura, Brenda Sampler Stitcher and Laura Serial Starter, you've probably seen these before because I know they've gotten some, but I finally got some for myself. There is a company called R&R Woodworks Kentucky. They are on Instagram. They have a website, and just like the name sounds, they do wood products. And one of the things that they do that they're really known for are the thread winders. So these come in different lengths and different woods, and some of the woods he gets are stunning. This is a rainbow poplar, and I couldn't resist. I needed some of these in my life anyway. But basically what you do with them, this is a 9-inch, so when you wrap it, cut it at one end, you have 18 inches. And I'm going to try and demonstrate that a little bit with the wad of floss. This is silk floss here that I have in front of me, but I didn't prepare it beforehand in order to do this, so I'm not sure how much of a knotted mess this is going to be. But anyways, these winders let you basically, if you're somebody that likes to cut your floss in even lengths and get it all organized when you start a project, then this helps with this. So basically you have the winder, you have your floss, and of course I happen to pick a floss that coordinates with that maybe matches the wood a little bit too much, but that's okay. So you basically wind the floss on it. And then you can do your whole skein. You can just do as many lengths as you think you need for a project. And then you just cut one end and you have an 18-inch length. He has winders in 12 inches and 18 inches as well. So if you like longer lengths or you double your floss, then you can get those. And again, in all kinds of different types of wood. I just got another one. It just shipped today because I decided I needed one for down here in my stitching room and I need for one upstairs next to my stitching chair. So this is going to live here in my little caddy. The other thing I got is something that I've been wanting for a while, and I've been looking for a crystal frog, a flower frog, and when I go to antique stores, and I haven't found one. But he carries scissor holders. He makes scissor holders. And again, these come in all different types of wood. The one I got is cedar. Has that wonderful cedar smell. This one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 holes. I believe he might make ones with more holes, but I don't know how many off the top of my head. Gorgeous wood products, like I said, all kinds of different woods to, you know, basically whatever kind of wood you want. Different stains, so whether you want a darker stain or a lighter stain. I think I left mine unstained because I really like, and the same for the wood, for the winder. Words are hard for me today. Have you noticed that? I left them unstained because I like the color of the plain wood. That one actually might have a satin finish on it. Beautiful. So yeah, I will link his website below and put his Instagram tag down as well in case you want to follow him there, because he does let you know when he's going to be putting more stuff up in his shop on his website. Ugh. All right, these funny hanks of floss, of silk. Vicki Clayton, Hand-Dyed Fibers, every once in a while sells bags of, I think what she calls detritus. So these are like ends of cones that as they're winding them, maybe they don't have enough to make another spool. So she kind of collects all the ends and then sells them as bags, $5 a bag. So there's no tags on them, so you don't necessarily know what the colors are, but this will go into my collection once I get them in some sort of neater format to use for just whatever stitching when I want to substitute, and I don't really care what I substitute. I can just pull from that. Speaking of Vicky though, I did get another set of the Variegated Floss of the Month, and I'm not going to try and squint at the labels. I'm actually going to put my glasses on so I can read. And I still can't read. Garden Nosh. So pretty green. And these are all ones that are conversions from the over-dyed flosses, the cotton flosses. Eloquent Passion. Gorgeous navy. If not now, when? Light Sentence. Very subtle, creamy. Variegated. Tonal. Shushi. Shushi. That's clever. Isn't that pretty? Pretty autumn color. Dove Morning. This is a very subtle blue to green, very pale green. That's really pretty. Export. Oh, that's pretty. I say that for all of them, don't I? Far Off Mountain. Quillo. And last but not least, Yank My Chain. I love her flosses. Her silk's so pretty. So that is the Variegated Silk of the Month for August, I guess. September. I don't know. This month. All right, the only other thing I got was my kit from Country Sampler, their Sampler Girl Club. This is like a four times a year, once a quarter maybe 5 times a year. But anyways, this is called the Big Blue House Pin Keep Drum. It's Stacy Nash. So another one of her gorgeous drums. And of course the kit comes with everything you need to make it. The fabric, the thread, the fabric for finishing the bottom, the ribbon for the doodads on it. I have never made a drum yet. I'd really like to make one of hers though, because they are so pretty. All right, that is all the haul. Like I said, not much this time. Now, giveaways. First, I'm going to announce the winners of my patterns from last video, and then I have a stack. I did get some of the giveaways out in the mail last week, I guess, and I found a bunch that I couldn't find the addresses for. Now, maybe you sent it to me in a different way. I know a couple people used Instagram. I need you, if I call your name and you're listening, I need you to send me an email to jan@janhickscreates, because when I get around to these and I have to search all over to try and find an address, it's just more of a pain than it's worth, quite frankly. So I need to have all the addresses in one place. The giveaways from last week. So it's the patterns for my new releases, both US and international. I do want to say I do not have the actual paper copy yet for Palace. Palace of the Winds. It will be coming to me in the shipment that I'll be getting for the patterns I'm taking to Stitch West. So in the next couple weeks, I'll be getting that box and I will be able to send that pattern to the winner, but I do not have that yet. Not to worry, it's coming. All right, so let us start with Palace. Again, I don't have anything to show you. So the U.S. winner for the pattern, the hard copy pattern, Palace of the Winds, is Mary Nelson. Congratulations, Mary. The international winner of the PDF is Rachel Turner. Antonia, let me find, I want to go in order here. Antonia. So the U.S. winner of Antonia is Sonia Fisk, and the international winner is Christine Hillis. Carolyn's Balloons. The U.S. winner of the hard copy pattern is Tamara Pierce, and the international winner of the PDF pattern is Denise Shearer. S-H-E-A-R-E-R. Okay. Samplings in Lace Autumn. So the U.S. winner is of the pattern and the pins is Sandy McLean, and the international winner is Rose Ruffalo. And then Summer U.S., so again, the hard copy pattern and the pins goes to Suzanne Hubert, and the PDF of Summer, the Samplings in Lace Summer, goes to Flower and Linen. So I would like all of you to email me at jan@janhickscreates.com. If you are a U.S. resident that I'm mailing a pattern to, give me your mailing address. If you are one of my international winners of the PDF, please let me know which email address you would like me to use to email the pattern to you. Okay, so then the other things. Whoops, accidentally touched my light. And these actually go the whole way back to, I think, my Christmas giveaway last year. So they've been sitting, piling up, and I need to do something with them. So this one, this is actually fabric. Okay, so it's the Stitchy Stars pattern, the Stitchy Stars thread, and the fabric. And this was going to Angela Buckley. So Angela, and again, all of you whose names I call now, I need you to email me at jan@janhickscreates.com. Do not send me anything anywhere else. Email me at jan@janhickscreates.com with your mailing address, and I will get these in the mail. Okay, next we have Rayanne O'Neill. Rayanne, you got the Cut Press Sew pattern. Let's see, Sydney Kerr. Sydney, you got the Vintage Housewife pattern as well as the Needle Minder. Sydney Kerr. Susan Lopiano. You got this kit. So it's a Gold Dimensions kit with all the stuff in it. Susan Lopiano. Vonda Hall. You got the Stitch Cards Set L. And Shelley Birmingham, you got the Stitch Cards Set K. Teresa Vickers, and Teresa, I know that you're around. So Teresa, you won the Halloween stack from Homespun Elegance. Oh no, Chessie and me, sorry. And then we have Michelle and Charles Fisher. You won the Plum Street, one of the teeny weenies. Judy Davis, you won the Bloom Where You're Planted. Patricia Clark, you won the Bouncing Baby Bears Birth Record Kit. And Dee Dee Hansen, you won the Vintage Christmas Sampler from Lori Holt. Now, if these winners do not claim these by the time I do my next video, which will hopefully be in a couple weeks. You never know with me, but a couple weeks at the earliest, then I will choose other winners for them. So I'll have them as giveaways on my next video and choose other winners. Does that make sense? I hope so. Okay, I think that is all I had for you today. I'm at the bottom of my notes, so I guess that means that's all. There's probably something I forgot. There always is. But it is time for our angel card. So, for the Spirit of God has made me. The breath of the Almighty keeps me alive. I didn't put my glasses on. Teresa Kogut's angel cards. You know how much we all love them. The back of this says, you are comprised of over 30 trillion cells that are entirely different from anyone else. The qualities that make you different are also what make you great. We have a hard time believing that. We always think we're different. I know I think I'm different from a lot of people. And that's not necessarily a good thing, right? We've talked before about comparing ourselves to others. We have to realize that what makes us different is what makes us great. How old am I? 58, going on 59, and that's still a lesson I need to learn. All right, guys, I think that is all for me today. I hope you have a lovely remainder of your week. You guys take care of yourselves, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.